Hi everyone, welcome to Nearing Perfection YouTube channel. This is a channel where I'm going to post different series on different sports and trying to get the perfect game in that sport. So we're starting off with bowling. So I'm going to try to bowl a perfect game. I would consider myself probably a semi-amateur bowler. So I've bowled before. I know kind of the basics of the run up and how to put spin on the ball, but I'm still working on perfecting that form. So I have a TikTok and an Instagram where I just post some of my best games with no narration. So if you want to just go to that, you can. But this channel is dedicated to a more in-depth analysis. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first bowl I had there was really rough. It was my first bowl of the day. Gutter ball. Came back kind of better the second time. I'm still really trying to focus on the form. So I'm not bowling maybe as well as I would, but also this is the first bowl game of the day and it's the best one for me. So I don't know. It's weird. But the second one was all right. In this game, I'm bowling really weird, I'd say. Like, I'm putting way too much side spin on it. I'm not getting over the ball. I'm not keeping my hand like straight behind it like you should. Follow through the whole way and then just like raise everything, like your thumb especially, up to the sky to get the right spin on it, kind of over the ball side spin instead of just like straight side spin. So I do a little bit better in the second games on that, but yeah, this oil pattern wasn't anything special. It was kind of just the normal. Had a good cut at the end, but yeah, having some good bowls here. Nice down the middle, a little bit of a breakaway at the end, but like not a ton, like I said. I'm bowling in this one with just the bowling alley equipment, so I don't have my own ball or anything. This is a 12-pound ball. I know lots of people bowl with a 14-pounder, but I'm just getting used to things, and so using things that are more my speed and style. I have a nice spin right there. Love to see the right in the edges there. At the beginning of the video, I like paced out where I should be starting from. So that's what that aspect of it was. But yeah, trying to start consistently. My run up is really weird, and I tried to like fix it later on in one of the games. You'll see it. Ooh, that was a good bowl strike. Yeah, first strike of the game, I believe. I might have missed one, but later on I try to like work on the more like conventional 4-step like walk up, but I don't know, this one just works for me. But right here, this bowling alley had some issues, so in both this game and my second game on like the 5th frame, it like set the pins, but then a few of them fell over, so just working through resetting the pins and everything, and then I actually like don't realize it. You don't see that at all, but I don't realize it, but it like counted that as a bowl, so I had to like, I'll come back in and I'll fix it later. But yeah, so here we are setting up for the 5th frame. That's an okay bowl, but again, not placed exactly where I want it. I should be over to the right more so it breaks into the head pin better. So I'm working on that. And bowling, the way I'm set up right now, I don't know if this is really how you're supposed to be doing it, and this might be where some of my issues are coming from, but I'm bowling on the far left side and kind of bowling across the lane. I don't know if you're really supposed to do that, but it kind of worked for me. I might try to set up a little more central later, but yeah, if you have advice or comments or anything, make sure to drop them down below so I can see what everybody has to say about it and improve my form and everything. If you have ways of like that you have like figured out or seen other people like work on their form and practice that to make sure it works well, and it's consistent, like the same form. I have consistency, but it's like a weird consistency of like a very unconventional walk up and everything, and I don't feel like I'm getting enough power through my body, like momentum through my body. A lot of it's in my arms, and so I've felt that a lot in my muscles, and how sore they get. My wrist, I think I'm putting a lot into my wrists, at least, especially in this first game. The first and second game, I was putting like way too much in my wrist, so I kind of adjust for that in the third. But that was me switching the score, because I noticed that it got messed up. But anyway, yeah, trying to perfect the form, but it's like so tough to get the walk up right. I don't know if it's like the shoes that the bowling alley has, but like you see that, like I'm basically like flat at the end. I'm not carrying momentum, so maybe my run-up's just a little too soon. Like I'm not waiting for the ball as much. Maybe that's my issue. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any advice or anything. But I also need to really work on picking up spares, especially when the pins are on the right of the lane. So let me know if you have any tips on how to do that well. But yeah, maybe I'm just too early on my walk up. I'm hyped about picking up that spare, but because like I should be carrying more momentum. I feel like I'm static and it's just my arm that's pushing through. So I'll work on that more. But if there's specifics that anybody notices or wants to give feedback on, that'd be great. Feel free to comment them or send me a DM on Instagram or TikTok. I'll link those accounts in there. That didn't have terrible spin, but I just didn't start it right enough. And maybe that's my issue of like I'm trying to start on the left and like fling it across the whole thing. Maybe I should be starting more central, so it comes across. I think too that was trying to adjust my wrist movement too, so it's more behind the ball. Like I don't know if you can see it as well, but I caught myself. You can kind of see it there, but I catch myself sometimes where I kind of I'm only using my middle and ring finger on the ball to get the spin, and I catch myself where instead of keeping my wrist like in line with the ball, I kind of pivot my hand off and start like sideways almost, because that feels like that's going to give me the most spin. But then I think that ends up not giving me enough power through, which is why I'm not getting some solid strikes. But that's a good bowl. Almost got the strike, but yeah, I have no idea how to cover these with spin. Like how to spin it the opposite way, or do I just try to not put any spin on it and just bowl it straight at it? I think I try to spin opposite here, but it just does not work at all. So I'll do some research into that and figure it out, but oh no, I don't. I just try to go for it. So is it just like pushing it more to that corner, not putting spin on it? I don't know. Please give me advice if you have any. I'm still learning, trying to figure it out. But this game's going really well. I believe that this is my like record for points in a game. I end up scoring like a 147, I think. But nice bowl there. But again, I think I'm 2 on top of it, or like 2 on the side of it. Like that was very much just like horizontal movement. There wasn't a ton of like over the top spin. I don't know. Is that what it's supposed to look like? I'll need to do some more research too and figure out what that's supposed to look like. But pretty consistent, I would say, with my start to my run up. That one had more consistency through too. Like I wasn't like waiting at the line, kind of stationary like I have been in the past. Yeah. So I don't know. Really am still learning, and I need to figure out like what ball to get, because I'm probably gonna get my own stuff here pretty soon, since I'm going out and doing this pretty often and trying to get good bowls and stuff. But nice pick up there. I'm pumped about that spare. At this point I was like, okay, this is gonna be like a good high scoring game, which is like nice, but then at the same time it's like, well, that's my first game out and my next two should be better, but they just aren't. That was me telling the camera that I should be getting a strike here, but I don't. So this is the last bowl. Really bad release, crazy bounce, just didn't have it controlled the way I wanted it, and yeah, did not work out how I wanted it. I show the score here, but it's like really hard to see. But I had a 145. I think it was a 145. I can screenshot that and I'll put up the score here, but so then I start the second game of the day. My arm was feeling a little tired at this point, and my wrist too. I don't know if you'll see it on camera, but I stretch out my wrist a little bit every once in a while. Took the sweatshirt off because it was a little hot in there, but so I went into this one being like, okay, I should try to get my form down better because I don't know how to do it. So a pretty good start, honestly. I just need to pick up that spare. I still have that really funky run up, and I think it's after that one that I was like, okay, maybe I should focus on trying to get like a more conventional form. So we might see that here in this next few bowls, but it did not work out well. So I kind of mixed my forms. Yeah, that would have been a good bowl if I didn't. I was aiming too much for that corner. I need to trust the spin a little bit more. Just put it down the middle and have it collect that pin. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing really. I've seen a few videos. I've bowled a handful of times, so it's not awful, but yeah, just trying to get better. So if you have any advice, let me know. Yeah, that was not that. I was trying to stay on top of it more, and I think that would have been good, but I'm going back to this again and again, but I think I need to be more central to the lane. Like if I had bowled that straight, I think that would have worked better than if I had tried to go across the lane like I was from left to right. But you live and you learn, especially just watching this back. If you're a beginner bowler like I am, I would definitely say it's like so beneficial to see this because I can see everything that I'm doing wrong. That one I stayed more on top of it. It was better, but I just didn't have as much spin across then, and so my like positioning was off on the bowl. But not a bad day of bowling, honestly, but this game for sure was not great. I just couldn't pick up strikes or spares to string them together. Like that first game I had a few, I think I had a double and then a few spares, so it worked out well to string that together, and I just could not collect in this game. Yeah, that one I was trying to do like the reverse spin. I just have no idea how to do it, and maybe I just need more practice, but yeah, I have no idea how to collect on that right side. Like when I have a pin like that, what form do I use and all that sort of stuff. So still trying to figure that out. And I've said it so many times already, but I'm going to do more research and look into it more. Right there you can see my wrist is really starting to hurt. So I guess not really starting to hurt, but like I'm feeling the fact that I am putting a lot through my wrist. And that's because I'm trying to spin it, and it's not coming off my hand the way it should be. Like I'm not using the right form. So
I start to try to readjust that. But yeah, consistency is key, so we'll see how I improve throughout the months to come. Many games I play. But yeah, we're kind of like halfway through the game, I think. We're not quite. This might be the 5th frame, this next one. I don't remember. I just know that the 5th frame in both of them had pins that fell over. So yeah, this is the 5th frame. So exactly halfway through. Had to reset the lane again. Hopefully I don't get another. Hopefully this doesn't happen when I go back the next time to bowl. Thank you so much for watching this far into the video. I really appreciate the attention and any info that anybody has, advice, comments, concerns, anything like that. Please drop a follow if you've gotten this far in. I will post twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. It should always be 3 games, at least at the beginning here, but I might pick up more if I gain a lot of traction and people want to see more stuff. I can always post more games or more frequently. But yeah, this should be an easy pickup, but I don't know if I get this spare or not, which is kind of sad to say if I don't get it, because this really should have been an easy pickup. Yeah, too much. Aimed too far over there. You can see I'm frustrated about that, but I'm not used to the spin enough to like place it just in the middle and know that it'll go left. So I'm using the vent like for my hands. I honestly have no idea what that's for. So if people want to let me know in the comments, that would be great. I'll look it up too, but I was just using it like when I felt like moisture on my hands, keep them dry, but I have no idea if that's what it's actually for. That one I thought I guttered, so I like turned away immediately because I was like, there's no way this is coming back. And this is my first time watching it back. That was a crazy bowl. You can see I'm like stunned. I was like, what the heck? How did that happen? Because I was so sure that was a gutter ball that I just walked away. I thought it had like jumped out of the gutter and hit some pins, but I should have. Lesson learned, I will always watch the ball to the pins because, yeah, that was a crazy spin. Glad to pick up some pins. I was kind of frustrated at this game so far. Couldn't hit the head pin there, which would have been an easy spare again. Yeah, I don't know. This game I thought was going to be better because I would have had the first game to warm up, but it ended up being my worst game of the day. And yeah, I was hurting a little bit. My wrist was sore from the first game because I did not have correct form at all in the first game. I mean, I still don't really have the right form, but yeah, I couldn't pick up. There we go. Finally, something. That's good. I was hyped about that. Strike, I think that was a strike. But yeah, this game I just could not pick up my spares. Like, I had so many opportunities for easy spares, and I just could not find it. Very consistent. Like, I'm consistent in my form, but I just don't think it's working for me. Or it's not. Maybe it is working for me, but it's not. Like, better form, more conventional form could work better for me, I think. I don't know. And am I bowling the right way for a two-handed bowler? I need to look into that more, into the form more. I think I have it pretty much down, but for like the hand placement and movement and stuff, but let me know if you see something that's wrong here. That's a good bowl. I like that. I just was off by a little bit. I was kind of done with this game because I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna get anywhere with this, but it ended up being not too bad. Yeah. It wasn't great, but it wasn't awful either. Should have been a strike, in my opinion. But I just don't think I got enough of the face of that head pin. And I was too far to the left when it hit. Again, this should have been an easy spare. I can't remember at this point if I picked it up or not, but I should have. So let's see. Nope. Gutter. Couldn't hang on. You can see me looking back because I was like, well, maybe it'll pop up like the last one, because I had thought that the gutter had popped that one out. Because that did happen one time when I was bowling. I bowled it and it went gutter ball, but then the gutter was so busted that it caught the front of the ball and spat it back up, and I got 6 pins or something off of it just because the gutter was broken. So I thought that was the issue here again, but decent there, but just didn't have enough RPM to get it back to the front and hit that head pin. So I was left with these two. At this point, I would say that that's not going to be a spare with how the game went. It should be, but I just don't think I'm going to pick that one up. Yeah, I don't know. I do this run up because I can't seem to get slide at all. I know most people do a power step and then they have a really good slide and carry a lot of momentum through it, but I could not figure out how to do that. I did it at one, I tried it at one point and it would not work at all. This was a 89 or something. I'll put the score up, 83 maybe. But yeah, not a good game at all. This one, I feel like I kind of combined my first and second. So I was trying for form, but then also just kind of feeling it out and seeing how it went. Good first bowl. Started off with a strike. That's always a good way to go into a game. I was trying to get out of my head too, because that second game really was I was just this isn't even, is it even worth it at this point for me to keep doing this? Just because it was so bad. I was maybe I should just call it a day. But gotta end on a good note, so I bowled again just to see if I could do better. And I did pull it off more, but I still feel like the form's not quite there. That was a good bowl, but it had a big bounce at the beginning. I think it was just bad release. I didn't have full control over it. My wrist and arm were starting to get tired because, yeah, seeing it in the video, I'm okay, yeah, that form I'm not carrying enough momentum through. And I think it's because my feet are too far ahead of my ball. So I need to start the backswing sooner. Let it kind of carry me forward instead of carrying it forward. But there are a few mistakes here that could have been avoided had I been fresher. But that's the difference between this game and last game, is that I was picking up more of the spares this game. So I ended up with a pretty nice score at the end. Not crazy insane, but better than the second. It's okay form, but yeah, that was awful release. And again, that could have been, if I was more central, that I would have at least hit some pins, so my placement might not be perfect, but three games I feel is a lot because I haven't bowled consistently before this, so I'm just getting into it, and it felt a lot after. My arm is a little annoyed that I chose to do 3 games, but we do it for the strikes, not for the arm pain. We do it for the strikes, not the arm pain. Yeah, I need to do some more looking at form and stuff, and hopefully it'll get better as I go and hear more advice and stuff about what to do and learn more. Barely hung on there. It's not an awful bowl, but I really should not, like, that release. I need to be, like, I'm consistent with my walk up, but I just feel like the release is so inconsistent, and I don't know what the issue is. I think it's because I'm still trying to get that form down on my wrist and hand and stuff. Because you can kind of see right there, like, I go up with my wrist nice and straight, and then I kind of pivot it off to the right. I don't know if that's helping or hurting me. I need to do some more research, and any comments that you guys have would be great to hear. Remember to like and follow along the journey. This is only day 1. This is gonna be a long time until I get a 300. I can tell you that much. So if you're looking for a nice long series you can follow along with, this is it. Again, just not a great release, and I think it's just fatigue at this point. I'm not in the bowling shape yet, which is okay. I shouldn't be there yet. It's my first day of consistently bowling, so I think by day 2, 3, 4, maybe I'll feel like it's more normal. But decent bowl there, good pickup. When I'm bowling well, I'm not worried about like that kind of a spare. It really is just the right, when it's like 2 pins in the right side of the lane that I just can't pick up, because I have no idea how to get the ball over there if I'm putting left spin on it. But when I'm bowling well, picking up like 4 or 5 pins is not a worry of mine, but because I'm consistent enough that like I can kind of know where to put the ball. But this one, like, yeah. This is exactly what I was just talking about, where I do not know how to pick up these back right pins, straight gutter ball. And maybe it's just like that, but a little less, and so it hangs onto the edge more and then just curves back and nicks the pin. I have no idea. But getting close to the 10th frame here. Let me know about my pacing too. Like, do most bowlers just bowl like 3 games in a row, back to back to back to back? Great strike there. I did not think that was gonna happen. You can see I was like, as soon as I released it, I was like, okay, this is gonna be bad, and then it carried through and ended up getting me a strike. But anyway, like, is part of it the speed at which I'm going? Do I need to slow down and like work more between, take more rest between? I don't know, because they were all like, it was 30 minutes. Like this, the length of this video is the length of the time that I was at the bowling alley. I was like 10 minutes per game. So trying to knock out whatever bad juju I had that made that happen, because of what is going on. I was getting kind of tired at this point, ready for the day to be done at the alley, just because I wasn't bowling amazing, and my arm was starting to hurt, my wrist was hurting a little bit, but not a bad bowl. Had a nice lucky bounce back, so I only had like two or three pins left over, but couldn't do anything about it because that was my spare attempt. yeah, this is where I'm at so far. Hoping to improve more, but we'll have to see how it goes. Oh, and then I had a split, and this just... I knew exactly what I needed to do. I needed to hit the inside pin into that outside pin by like just barely nicking the inside pin, but you will see that I did not do that. I was intimidated. The pins intimidated me. It was my first split of the day, which I was kind of surprised about, but the pins intimidated me, and I sold the bag on this one. Straight between them. Didn't even pick one of them up. So, kind of an unfortunate bowl. But I still have a few frames left to try to pick up some more points. I think I'm on the 10th now. Maybe the 9th. Yeah, I'm on the 10th, I think, because I'm saying I need a strike. This might be the last bowl, honestly. Or the second to last. Not the strike I needed. That one, I released it nice and straight, but since I'm off to the side, it just only hit that side. So maybe it is an issue of my positioning. I think this is my last frame. This is 10th frame right here. I should pick this up. And I almost do, but I missed that back corner. It was so close, but yeah, just didn't work out super well. That's the end of the day, end of the bowling day. If you liked this, make sure to follow along, both here on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok. I'll be back on Thursday for another video. So thank you all for watching.